All right, should have had my microphone in place already, but it's all good. All right, so in this video, I want to talk about compressing logarithmic expressions. I've already talked about expanding logarithmic expressions, and now I want to talk about compressing them. Before we even get started, the most important thing for you to remember with compressing logarithmic functions is the three logarithmic laws. First of all, that when you have a log of some x times y, that is equal to log of x plus log of y with that same base. The second thing is that if you have a log of x divided by y, or x over y, that is equal to log of the thing on top minus the log of what's on the bottom. And then finally, excuse me, if you have a log of something, some variable x to the power, the r power, that is equal to, you can pull that r to the front. So that's r times log of a to x, okay? All right, so this is really what's most important for you to remember. And I'm gonna put an example up here in a second, in which we're gonna have to, like, piece by piece apply all of these in some way, shape, or form. So let's get into it. All right, so let's say you have the following problem. You have 2/3 log 2. I'm not putting a base here, because so that means that the base is automatically 10. So 2/3 log 2 minus 3 log x plus 4 log y. And I encourage you definitely to pause the video to try it yourself. Try it yourself so you can kind of get some of that experience, and then just kind of come back and see if you got it right. Okay. All right. So that's going to be, so first of all, let's look at this first piece, 2/3 log 2. So you have this constant here in front of the logarithm. So automatically we can kind of look here and see that when you have a constant in front of the log, you pull that constant to the inside of that logarithm argument, and it becomes a power of x. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. So that becomes log of 2 to the 2/3 power, right? Okay. All right, so that becomes log of 2 to the 2/3 power. Okay. And we're going to revisit that. So let's look at this piece here. You have minus 3 log x. Again, you have this situation where you have a constant in front of the logarithm. We're going to pull that constant in, so it becomes a power of that variable. So that's going to be minus log of x cubed. And we're going to apply the same thing to this one here. So plus log of y to the 4th. All right, now this piece here, I'm going to go ahead and actually convert it to a cube root. Just to refresh memory, if you have something like this, like for example, if you had 2 to the 1/2 power, that actually is the same as the square root of 2. Whenever you have a square root, that's going to be, that's like, this is a 2 here, and that's a 1. But a square root is just 2 to the 1/2 power. 2 to the 1/3 power would be the cube root of 2. Okay. And so on and so forth. So just keep that in mind. So just to make it look a little more coherent, we're going to write it in root form. Sorry. So that becomes, okay, that's and I like to do this piece by piece so it's very clear. Okay, so that's going to be the cubed root of 2 squared, which is 4. That's the cube root of 2 squared, or 2 to the 2/3 power, which is 4. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. I just wanted to go ahead and write it so you could see it. Okay, and let's write the rest. It's minus log x cubed plus log y to the 4th. And remember, what we were wanting to do is we're compressing this. We want to compress it. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and pull this together some more. So that's log of the cube root of 4. Actually, hold on. I wrote that too quickly. All right. So when you have a logarithm minus a logarithm of the same base, which all these have the same base, then that means it's going to be the log of the first one divided by the second one. So that's going to be the log of the cube root of 4 over x cubed. Okay, now let's put this piece back in, plus log of y to the 4th. And finally, let's pull this in. When you have a log plus a log, it's just like the log of the inside of the first one times that of the second one. So this becomes log of the cubed root of 4 times y to the 4th, all over x cubed. And that is your answer. So again, the main thing that you have to remember when it comes to compressing logarithmic expressions is the 3 logarithmic laws. That's what you have to remember. And I strongly encourage you to make absolutely sure that you apply them piece by piece. Don't try to do it all at once. I mean, unless you're real confident about it, don't do it all at once, I would recommend, because you want to make sure that you don't make any quick mistakes. Okay. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Make sure that you look for more videos. Look at my video on expanding, or rather simplifying logarithmic expressions as well.